Hello, I'm Maureen Rogers and welcome to Curtain Call. And I'm pleased to say that we have guests from Black Comedy that will be the next show at Laurel Mill Playhouse. First of all, why don't you introduce yourselves and tell how you are involved with this show?
I am Bruun and I am directing the show.
And I'm Steve Bruun, and I'm in the cast playing the role of Franz Emanuel Schupensee.
Ooh, that's a great accent. So you've all got a story behind this show, so I want to hear how it all happened years ago and why you chose to direct it now, some 20 years later, maybe a little more, around that time.
A little more.
Yeah.
So my freshman year in college, which was his sophomore year, one of the first shows I saw there was Black Comedy, which they performed in Drama House, which was converted from a frat house. But the first floor, we could bring in risers and use it as a theater. So I saw it, and what really spoke to me about the show, in addition to it being very, very funny, it's also very clever in that it uses lights opposite from what is actually happening in the show. So the show starts where the stage lights are very, very dim, and the cast is acting as if they have full lights, and then a blackout occurs a couple of pages in, and the stage lights come up. And if somebody lights a match, the lights dim. So the lights are opposite of what is happening in the story. And I thought that was really clever way, and the actors have to pretend like they can't see for most of the show. And it's just a lot of fun. And I also thought he was very funny in it. And so I was glad to be able to let him play a different role this time around.
Oh, that's great. And what are your memories back from that time? What role did you play before?
At that time, I played the role of Harold, who is the main character's fussy neighbor, who is not aware that his fancy furniture has been borrowed without his consent in order to impress some important guests. So much of the play involves the main character, Brinsley Miller, attempting to hide from Harold that his furniture has been swapped in. So that was the character I played at the time. My character this time is the electrician who comes to fix the fuse. So it's a smaller part, but I'm fine with the smaller part this time around.
Something different. It's always different. So we had done Winter together. Lori directed me and Bill in that. Mm-hmm. So I said to her, anything you want this time? And I think the first words out of your mouth were Black Comedy. So there's a lot of pratfalls and things in this, or?
There's a lot of pratfalls, and at the auditions, and there were great people. I wish I could have I wish I had a bigger cast because so many good people auditioned. But I had a gymnast who I knew was a gymnast before he showed up for auditions, so that was exciting. And then as I was looking over the audition forms, I was like, no kidding, a second gymnast auditioned. So that's very exciting. So we have two gymnasts in the cast.
Who's the second one?
Gary Brick.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes, he used to be a gymnast. So we're able to do a lot of, there's a lot of very silly pranks or rather falls, and, a lot of silliness that happens.
Oh, good. So is it appropriate for all ages?
It is. There's a little bit of suggestive language at one point, but it's not, nothing happens that's inappropriate for kids. It's
okay, good. Well, that's always good.
Yeah.
So what was the easiest thing about doing this show? Because it'll open on June the 6th, right?
Yes.
And it goes till June the 22nd, right?
Sounds right.
I'm in my head.
3 weekends.
Yeah. So what was the hardest thing to do in this show, directing-wise?
Well, the hardest thing was actually the thing I thought would be the easiest, because the script has a lot of the blocking in it. Sometimes the script doesn't. I mean, when you do Shakespeare, there's almost no blocking in the script itself. Mm-hmm. Most scripts have at least some blocking. But this one, because there's so much furniture moving and other pratfalls that happen, a lot of that is in the script. So I thought, well, great, I don't have to block it. It's all blocked in the script. And then as I got into it, I was like, oh, no, that's not right. So I did have to block it. And there was one moment where almost everybody is on stage and it's a lot of people. And I literally was there with a drawing of the set and chess pieces, making sure that everybody in the audience would be able to see all of the actors.
That is important. And how about you, Stephen? What happened? Did these the lines sound familiar to you from years ago?
Well, some of them, but interestingly enough, we did the play in college in 1988. The play was written in 65. We did the play in 1988, and then it was revived for a Broadway show in 93. And the playwright Peter Shaffer, who you may know from Amadeus, rewrote the script for the New York show. So there are actually a number of little scenes and monologues that were in the old version that aren't in the new version. Some things have been moved around, some things have been simplified. I think he may have been able to drop in a few sort of innuendos here and there that would have been harder to get away with in 1965. There's no cursing in the play, but there's certainly jokes that grown-ups would get,
right.
I think is a good way to put it. So in a way, there was some familiar things. I remember the character of Harold at one point delivers this hysterical, angry monologue, and it's very different between the two versions. And that was the first thing I noticed, but you just flip between the two scripts and you can see there was a very substantial revision. The bones of the play are the same, but different coat of paint on the outside.
So what years are you doing the costumes in?
So it's set in the mid-60s, and we're going to keep it there. We couldn't completely modernize it. You know, it's one of those shows where if there were cell phones, it would be a very short story. So, yeah, we're leaving it in the 60s.
Oh, well, good. And have you timed it yet?
So we have. It's running about an hour and 15 minutes for now. You know, the people are still calling for lines a little bit, but you know, we're definitely getting there. So it's hard to say exactly how long, but it should be between an hour and 15 and an hour and a half.
Okay, great. Is there an intermission or does it go straight through?
It goes straight through. There's not an intermission.
It sounds like one of those shows that you should go straight through.
Really, yeah. I looked to see if there was an intermission. There's an effect that would be a lot easier if we could make a little exchange in the middle of the show, but there really isn't a good place to pause.
Yeah, well, good. So it runs from June the 6th till June the 22nd, and on June the 15th, we're having dinner and a show. So so after the show ends at 3:15 or 3:30, we're all going to walk over to Olive on Main, which is right next door to the theater. And you'll have a $25 gift certificate, gift card, and you can pick out whatever you want from the menu. It's also Father's Day, too. So those people may want to bring their father to the show and to whatever. But it's just not that. Every day, anybody can come. And we're going to be, a lot of the actors and actresses are going to be there, and you will be able to talk to them, just like I'm talking to them. And you can ask your questions about the show, maybe some of the tricks that happened, you'll go. But I think it's going to be a great show, and I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you both for coming, and again, we look forward to it. So get your tickets. We'll be back with two of the actors, but get your tickets at laurelmillplayhouse.org. Do that now while you're thinking of it, because those tickets are going to sell fast. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Let's find out. Are you the next bestseller? Yeah. All right.
With that, the contest to find the next aspiring author in the city of Laurel and surrounding areas began. Quill & Company's 5-round competition is produced in partnership with the City of Laurel and Mayor Keith R. Sidnor's initiative to improve literacy citywide.
There you
Awesome.
go.
Thank you very much.
Great job.
For this story and more like it, check out youtube.com/LaurelTVOfficial.
Welcome back to Curtain Call. And I have an actor and an actress from Black Comedy who are willing to come out and talk to me. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what parts you're playing?
Sure. I am Dana Fleischer. I am playing the role of Miss Furnival.
I'm Lenny Dinnerman, and I'm playing the role of George Bambaga.
That's cute. So Dana and I have been around a lot together, so much so that she calls me Mom, because I've played your mom, your aunt.
Several times.
Yeah. So so tell me how this is different and what your character is like in this show.
Oh gosh. Okay. So Miss Furnival is one of the neighbors in this apartment complex, and she gets drunk unexpectedly during the run of this
What
show.
you're gonna say for a minute.
I know. She gets drunk for the first time in her life. She's very religious, so this is a very different and unexpected experience for her. So it's a lot of fun. I can't say I've played that character before. So yeah, it's been great.
Oh, that's kind of neat. So is it fun to walk around acting like you're drunk?
Yeah, kind of, because you just kind of don't care.
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun, and it's definitely different. Usually I'm in one of the ingenue roles, or I'm very recently getting more of the comic relief roles, so that's been a lot of fun. So I'm just trying to really lean into that.
That's neat.
Yeah.
So what have some of the roles that you have done, and you're going to be in Laughingstock next month, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
next
definitely.
month. But what are some of the roles that you have done?
Oh goodness, there's been several. I'll pick out some really fun ones.
Yeah.
So let's see, Corey in Barefoot in the Park.
Oh yeah,
that was a good
great
one. You were my mom.
I did play her mom.
There's that one. I enjoyed Elizabeth in Pride and Prejudice. That was another really good one.
I played your mom.
Also played my mom. I played Marion Jellicoe in Absence of a Cello. That was a lot of fun. That was over with Bowie. What else have I done recently? Margot Crane, Wisdom of Eve. That was great.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Ann Deaver in All My Sons.
Oh yeah, that was a hard one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really hard. That one was a bit more drama than I typically tend to go for.
Right.
But, Great.
So, and you're going to be in Laughingstock. So, what is
am.
your character there?
I'm playing Craig in Laughingstock.
Craig?
Craig, yeah.
Just checking.
Craig, typically played by a male, but we threw me in the ring.
Yeah,
so
great.
it's going to be great. And Craig is the managing director kind of the acting company.
Oh, cool.
So very office oriented. If you think of the guy from the stapler guy from Office Space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very much Craig.
That is a fun show, and we keep doing that. This will be our third time.
I've seen
and
it.
And the reason is because it's so much fun.
It is a lot of fun, yeah. I've been lucky enough to see it both other times that you've done it, so I'm interested for this time too.
And Lenny, you've been around a bit with us, doing many
Done a few
different
shows.
things. Yeah. But tell us about your character.
In this show, I play, he's supposed to be a millionaire, elderly millionaire, art critic, and he's on a visit to Brinsley's apartment to view a sculpture that he's considering purchasing. The part's perfect for me because there aren't too many lines to remember, and it's just short and sweet. I don't think I'm on stage for more than a couple minutes, but the character's integral to the play, and I get to do like a pratfall at the end, which hopefully I won't come out too bruised up.
You
but
would come out in one piece, right?
but it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's great. And what are some of the things we talked about it earlier that you had done? He's a big Santa Claus, folks. He's a great Santa Claus.
Yeah, Santa Claus. I loved the Miracle on 34th Street. Jen Sizer did that one. And Michael Hartsfield did A Christmas Story, which I was fortunate enough to be cast in. And there was a holiday show. It was like a radio Christmas broadcast that...
Right after the pandemic.
Yeah.
Michael directed it, right? Yeah.
I remember that.
But my first show was You Can't Take It With You. John Cusimano did that one. And then it just kind of went on from there. I just, Charlie's Aunt, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That was terrific. Did I say that one already? I think I did.
I think that was it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a while since I've been on the stage. There was COVID, and then I was in an accident. I got pretty banged up, so I was out for about a year for that. But Lori gratefully cast me in this one, so it feels good to be back.
We're glad to have you back. Now, before you came to Laurel Mill Playhouse, had you acted before?
No, not really. Just in school productions.
Yeah. So I'm bringing that up because I want to tell everybody you can start at any age, right? And
Definitely.
you can start young like Dana did, and you can start old like I did. But it's great. Everybody is needed and wanted. So was there anything hard about this role for you, or?
Well, it required a German accent, which I not that great at, but that's been a little challenge.
Yeah.
So it's fun just talking to myself or whoever's there at the house, trying to talk German all the time.
That's great.
And then, looking up YouTube's videos on how to talk German.
I guess we all do the same
That's
thing.
probably the most challenging. And then the fall, but, I don't want to divulge any trade
don't
secrets.
tell the secrets.
Yeah, that'll be a challenge.
Why should people come see this show? It sounds hysterical.
Yeah, it is. I think one of the things that drew me to it is because it's the first show that I've ever seen where, what's happening on the stage is, the reverse of what is happening, as part of the show, So, the power goes out very early in the show, and to indicate, so the show starts with, the lights off. So the audience is watching the show with the lights off. And then when the power goes out, the lights come on. So it's reversed. And I think that part is really cool. And getting used to that has been difficult.
For sure, because you're not supposed to be able to see anything.
Correct.
Right?
And you act differently when you can't see.
Right.
So having to do that part when you obviously can see has been a little tricky. That's
the deer in the headlight look.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both for coming. And again, it's June the 6th through June the 22nd. Don't forget the special dinner. You both are going to be there.
Yeah.
So anybody who comes can come and talk to them about those same kind of things.
Yeah.
So again, buy your tickets at laurelmillplayhouse.org. You can also call me at the theater number 301-617-9906. And thank you. And the next time we'll see you, we'll be interviewing people from Laughingstock.